This is Tech Titans for Busy People. Now, the mighty do appear to have fallen from far away, and I wasn't even going to make this note, but I started to see something kind of curious. Reminder, this is not an investment advice. It's for busy people who want to understand why the Tech Titans move as they do, because while they appear to have fallen, they're falling in different ways and not as a pack. And I found it's really actually hard to just read top-line media, general media, because folks are still angry that their careers have been destroyed, business press because, well, they just kind of report out what traders and analysts kind of expect from these tech titans with upside and downside surprising. It's not really news, only when the surprise is outlandish. But even this Amazon miss of 270%, down from what analysts thought would happen, is not really news because, well, Amazon loves to spend into growth. Now, almost everyone has grown on the top line, and they've clearly chosen to spend on R&D and product and marketing, even as they belt tighten on hiring, with one exception. The company formerly known as Facebook contracted revenues this quarter. Now, while that's only down 1% year over year, this is a catastrophe for a company that was known as a growth machine. So what's powering the divergence? Well, they're all using different combinations of business models to achieve their objectives. We need to take a look at their strategies to see why some companies that we think of as advertising are doing well, while others are stuck and stagnating, and how cloud service companies are competing with different starting points, and how far each of these companies can grow to reach every market and sector and category. This goes beyond surveillance capitalism or even techno-feudalism. Apple hit all-time records, and this comes from deliberate and constant diversification. The move from high-end products to high-value, high-margin services, subscriptions, and healthcare, which Tim Cook has signaled in prior calls. He encouraged analysts to think not of products sold, but as the total installed base of users and their engagement. Microsoft also made impressive quarter results, resisting inflationary pressures because of their pivot from selling software licenses to selling on-demand, pay-as-you-go, software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and cloud compute. Now companies are belt-tightening and getting ready to slow down, but they're moving money from capital expenditures to operating expenses, and they benefit from Microsoft having moved their business to fit those needs. They save their customers money, and they make them look smart. Meanwhile, Amazon showed that big earnings miss, but that doesn't really matter. They've trained investors years ago not to expect continuous profits, as they're known for spending for the long term and being quite good capital allocators. They are the business model combinator with the most business models in play. They're taking this opportunity to spend into growth, and as you can see here in their free cash flow, they mean it. And their huge move into healthcare is just another signal of them spending money well. Next up, Alphabet, where everything is up year over year. Unlike advertising companies, their ad products are well aligned as performance products, and their moves into cloud and other services give them a position as the lowest priced cloud provider, not yet profitable like their competitors, but eyeing big prizes in the future. Finally, our friend Facebook. Such a miss during Sheryl Sandberg's chagrin and last quarter. Now, they're not quite shrinking. They're still a company with the largest engaged user base, moving from 3.64 to 3.65 billion active monthly users of their family of apps. Now, with user growth continuing to increase in North America, likely from the TikTokification of the Instagram experience, but you can see where Facebook goes wrong and is really stumbling still. They are still depending on advertising 100% or 99%. They've been slammed by iPhone, Apple privacy protections. TikTok is sucking users away with cheaper ad formats, and the big giant bet on VR and Meta, now then back again to something else, and is not going very well. With Sheryl, they are not guiding him anymore. Mark sounds as if he's flailing when questioned by analysts, describing the core of the company shifting from social networking to becoming an AI-driven discovery engine. Now, this is just what I want to be doing with my spare time. So this is a reminder that the real thing is not to look at the news headlines or the earnings miss, not to look at what they make or celebrating 15-year anniversary of killer products or new information services or sexy products and things that you see in the future, not on massive acquisitions in healthcare even, or their new ad formats, or fingers pointed to future arguments with influencers about how many friends are in our feeds. Nope, none of these things matter. All of these things are a distraction to who's actually in charge, who are the tech titans. To answer this question, you get to look at who designs, operates, and cultivates the business models. This is Cook, Ruth Porat, Sundar Pichai, Andrew Jassy. These are the tech titans now. Mr. Zuckerberg pushes tech first, like a good founder. VR, now AI-driven discovery, but these are not the value that shapes our lives, for better or for worse. He continues on a lonely hero's journey in search of a business model. So we bid farewell to the monetizers of past and hope for a better future. That's been Tech Titans for Busy People. Any questions about business model mention, visit me on reasonstreet.com's business model library. Thanks.